and while I was at home for Christmas, I did get to go see a movie. Usually when I'm home for Christmas, we will all go as a family to see the newest Star Wars movie, but this one was very, very divisive for us as a family. So instead, I went to go see The Greatest Showman because I've been looking forward to that movie for quite a while. I loved the trailer so much, and let me tell you guys, I loved this movie. I loved it so much. So the music is fantastic. I've been playing it on repeat, on a loop, since I watched this movie. I thought it was very well composed. It was very emotionally gripping in a lot of ways. It got me pumped when the movie wanted me to be pumped. It had me feeling emotional when I was supposed to be emotional about things, and I love when music can do that. I'm a very musically inclined individual, so when music makes me feel things like that, it gets me so excited. It was wonderful. It didn't quite have the impact on me that La La Land did last year. That movie changed my life, honestly. Honestly, it did. But this movie was still so good. Hugh Jackman absolutely nails this role. He puts so much into every role that he plays, and this one was no different. He was so invested in the character, and you really felt all of the things that this character was going through and how he was trying to find his place and figuring out who he was and what he wanted. And it was a great story. I know a lot of people are kind of ripping it apart because it's not historically accurate. It is not the actual true full story of P.T. Barnum, but that's not the kind of movie that this was trying to be. This movie was not trying to show us historically who P.T. Barnum was and the things that he actually did specifically. That wasn't the goal. And I think this movie achieved its goal. I think that it gave us great music and wonderful characters and a beautiful message, and I think it told a story really, really well. So I personally didn't have problems with the fact that it wasn't true to life. Sometimes movies don't need to be that way, and with this one I'm glad it wasn't, because if it was, it would have been a completely different movie, and it would have been a rough movie to watch if it was actually accurate to his true life. So I did enjoy it quite a lot. I thought that the colors that they used worked really well. I thought the choreography was insane. The way that they staged the choreography in this movie was brilliant. It was so eye-catching and just so artistically moving, if that makes any sense. Just watching the way that characters moved across the screen in this movie and took up space and used the space that they were in was wonderful. Especially the rooftop sequence between Hugh Jackman's character and Michelle Williams' character. That was beautiful. It was beautiful. My favorite choreographed scene in the whole movie was definitely the bar scene between Zac Efron's character and Hugh Jackman's character. Just the back and forth there, and how, like I said, how they took up the space and how they used the space and how they used it to interact with each other was amazing. That was probably my favorite scene in the whole movie, honestly. So I really, really enjoyed a lot of elements of this film. I loved it. It wasn't anything mind-blowing, and it wasn't anything that's going to change the game, I don't think. But I enjoyed it, and I was entertained by it, and I thought it was well done, and I thought the cast all did wonderful. Zac Efron was fantastic. I'm really glad that he's at a place in his career where he's comfortable enough to go back to musicals if he finds a project that he's interested in, because I know for a while, after High School Musical and Hairspray, he kind of had to find his footing doing other things and figure out, where he wanted to go with his career, and that's great, and I think he's done that. And so now, if he wants, he can come back to musicals, which I'm so happy that he did, because his voice is wonderful, and obviously he has the dancing experience and knows how to do this kind of stuff, and he did really great. It was wonderful to see Zendaya in this. I thought that she was great in Spider-Man Homecoming, even though we didn't get to see a lot of her. I'm not too familiar with her work other than that. I was a little old to be into her show when she was on the Disney Channel, so I never really saw any of that. But I did really enjoy her in this movie, and I really enjoyed her relationship with Zac Efron's character. I thought it was beautiful and wonderful, and that freaking hospital scene like almost killed me because you could just feel it, and she was so convincing in her emotions and just bringing that struggle that she was having to life, and I loved it. It was wonderful. But yeah, overall this movie just completely impressed me in pretty much every way. It's everything that I want out of a musical, and I love it. I'm a sucker for musicals, and I'm a sucker for good music and beautiful casts and beautiful locations. I thought the sets that they used were amazing, and yeah, I loved it. I really, really did. What did you guys think? Have you seen this movie? If not, are you planning on seeing it? Please let me know what you thought of the music and the cast and everything. I just want to talk to you guys about this and see where you're at, because I'm a big, big fan, and as soon as this comes out, I'm definitely buying it because it needs to go in my collection. As always, my links are down here in the description. If you want to come talk to me on social media, I'd love to talk to you guys. My Patreon link and my Stardust link are down there as well. Thank you so, so much for watching and just giving my channel a chance. It means a lot, you guys. I will see you next time. I hope you all have a wonderful week.